Once the fragile control of divine kings had been annihilated, the ancient civilization began to implode, giving rise to a new power-hungry leader, the warlord. War tore across the empire, sucking in royals, nobles and peasants alike. Even Lady Six Sky's mighty Naranjo disappears from the records of this time, wiped out by Tikal soon after her death. City after city fell to ruin. These were terrifying times. They had to face the very real prospect that their children would all be wiped out.
By the 8th and 9th century, the superpowers had disappeared and had broken down, and we have a situation very much similar to the breakdown of the former Soviet Union. Small local states tried to become independent, and warfare escalates everywhere.
In the scramble for power, the Maya began to wipe themselves off the face of the earth. The fall of the divine rulers and their control of the political landscape gave rise to a new, aggressive and power-hungry sort of leader. As violence began to tear the civilization apart, villagers poured their energy into fending off these warlords. This led to a new, devastating enemy: hunger. Their neglected crops failed, and trade links collapsed. As their sophisticated irrigation and crop rotation systems fell to ruin, survival in the jungle became extremely difficult. The people began to starve. But in their long history, the Maya had survived many crises. What set this one apart?
Well, in the 8th and 9th century, the Maya had to cope with many different disasters, with droughts, overexploitation of land, an increase of the population, deforestation, etc. But in the past, the Maya had been able to live with these disasters and to continue. However, the infrastructure was destroyed. The management systems that allowed them to live in the jungle, the irrigation systems, the redistribution of maize and foodstuff, all disappeared with the collapse of the central authority and the central powers.
Living in fear and terror, the people had no choice but to flee the great towns and villages. Life in the jungle would have been harsh. It became about survival, not art, architecture, the stars, and spiritual beliefs. Lady Six Sky died in the year 741, over a century before the empire came crashing to an end. But there's no doubt about the impact she had during her lifetime. She must have been recognized as one of the greatest leaders of her time.
I think there cannot be any doubt that she was an extraordinary woman, because she managed to survive in a male-dominated society. Not only to survive, but she actually held the power for a very long time. She was a warrior queen and at the same time a very intelligent politician.
Lady Six Sky revolutionized the old order and was a catalyst for the mutual destruction of the superpowers. She may have gained the power she craved, but 100 years later, her actions spawned warlords whose greed decimated their own people. The system of divine kings collapsed, taking with it the foundations on which Maya society was built. And it's all there, recorded in their own words, set in stone. We are only just scratching the surface of understanding these written accounts. There may yet be other secrets to unravel.